minutes every Monday to Friday by 9:05 a.m. as women across Nigeria tackle trending issues, one honest, thought-provoking discussion at a time. Because when women speak, the world listens.
Good morning. Good morning. Time check, it is 7 minutes after 9 this morning, Thursday, 20th of November, 2025. This is Women Radio 91.7 FM, the voice of women, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. We are now in the Her Lens program with our ladies from different geopolitical zones, talking about issues that are plaguing Nigerians, most especially women and their families, and how it affects us at large, how it affects our nation at large. Joining me today is Buki Femi Ajala. Good morning, Buki.
Good morning, Fumi. Morning. And to our Lens family, I want to say good morning. It's a bright Thursday where I am. I just realized that today is 20th of November. God has been good. So I want to say good morning, everybody. And to WFM family also, I want to say good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you. We're still waiting on the other ladies to join us this morning. But we're just gonna, we have quite a few things to talk about. We're just gonna start and have this conversation. First of all, it's been quite a sad week for us in Nigeria. It's been so sad, and we're hoping that some form of respite comes in the middle of this whole, deaths, the genocide, everything that's been happening. We're hoping that at least we start seeing actionable movement and not just a lot of talk. First story we are going to be treating is, I have performed genocide burials more than 70 times in Nigeria, says Reverend Ezekiel Dachomo. He's from Plateau State. He's a clergyman. He's also an humanitarian advocate, and he basically revealed to us the extent of mass killings he has witnessed in parts of northern Nigeria. And he said this in an interview with Piers Morgan, where he was explaining that, look, many of the genocide burials I have done have involved members of my community. Imagine seeing somebody last night and then this morning you don't see them again, right? And this is even at the same time we're still expecting the 25 schoolgirls back. One of them was able to escape. But I can only just imagine that, based off of the fact that one of these schoolgirls escaped, the security on the remaining 24 would rise because they don't want them to escape. I mean, a lot of parents are worried sick about the well-being of their daughters. And then we have this, it's just so sad. And this morning when I was reading the headlines during the newspaper review, former governor of Benue State had said there's no Christian genocide in Nigeria. I was just like, do you know what? I cannot deal with you right now because I'm just tired. I'm not. But this situation is getting out of hand. We don't know. I mean, saying that we're calling on the government to ask them for help is one thing, but we want to actually see them work and do something. Because you cannot possibly say that you don't know where these people are. There's been a lot of talks about how this is sponsored, where are the sponsors of these killings. But what are we going to do about this matter, Buki?
It is well. At times when it looks as if it's overwhelming. But it's really not overwhelming. We should not have that mindset, because if you have that mindset, you will say, what do we do? I believe for every problem, there is a solution. I believe there is always a solution for it. Many a times it is either we think we do not lack the skill, the capacity to come up with that solution, or we are looking at it from the angle of, the story in the Bible, the 10 spies that went to go and spy the land. They came back, they said we were like grasshopper. Meanwhile, they were not like grasshopper anyway, But the other two people that had this, they had a different spirit, said, yes, we can go there and conquer. So it's about what mindset are we running on? And then, of course, what agenda is going on that we seem not to understand. Maybe they understand it, like we explained yesterday, coming up with the different schools of thought. Because someone who has the interest of Nigeria at heart would probably think that what exactly is going on? Why is it that these things happen all the time? And it looks as if the solution is more than what we can come up with. You understand? It baffles me that why is it that we are still talking about this thing at this level? This gentleman you mentioned is not the only one. Yesterday, I listened to another pastor, from the north, and he was saying similar things to what this man was saying. That, well, he was actually talking to the pastors in the south. That it's because you don't understand what is happening here. He was now saying that, do you know how many community members that he has buried? It's constant, on and on and on and on. So he's not the only one, but I'm happy that they are speaking up now, because you see, many people do not even understand what is going on in that area. We that were in the south, we can only thank God. We can only pray that these things do not come near us. But for those who have experienced it, there is someone that I know. I mean, he experienced, face to face. It was hacked. It was only God that made him to survive. Though at times those things still come, So I mean, he's here, he's married. The internet just had a glitch.
Okay.
So the question now is, people are already talking up. They're speaking up. What is the government going to do? They need to comfort us that we are listening to these things. It's like they have their own way of.
I can actually hear you, okay?
Really?
Yeah, I can.
And it looks as if I was wondering that, is it because we are talking about security? That is why the internet is we must stop this matter.
We must stop it.
The internet must cooperate with us because it's burning. We might say it is not affecting us because we don't have any family members there. But they are Nigerians. Look at, he said he has buried 70. And I'm sure he's still counting. In fact, those are the ones he can even remember that he has buried. Genocide, he calls them genocide burials. So it's not just one, it's not just two. And he's not the only pastor, there are many others. But I'm happy that they are talking now. But the question now is, in wrapping up, these ones that are talking now, what exactly is the government going to do to reassure us that they are actually working? And let us face the brutal fact. There is genocide. I was listening to this pastor Ashimole. Yes, he was saying that we are saying that there is no genocide, and he reeled it out.
Mm-hmm.
He reeled everything out. The Christian that was hacked, the Christian that was bombed, right? And then many villages, we cannot begin to count, that are Christian, that Christians are the people inhabiting that, clearing them away. Yes, we know there are some localities, some communities that we have Muslims and all that, you understand, because there was another report that, is it only Christian? We all know, but let us look at the statistics. Which is more? I mean, data don't lie. So what we are saying is, Can the government reassure us that these things do stop? And the only way they can reassure us is we don't want to hear these things anymore. That's it. Thank you. We don't want to hear these things anymore.
Thank you so much for your comment. I mean, you have said it all because, and one thing that I'm going to take from what you said is how, like, just guarding your heart. At the same time, you don't want to be too disillusioned or desensitized from what is going on, because, like the analyst this morning was saying, a lot of us are moving around like zombies. You're not allowing. You don't want anything that is in the news to affect you, because some of us we feel things so emotionally and so deeply that once you begin to dwell on those news, it begins to weigh you down. You become sadder, you're unable to move. But at the end of the day, it's not rich to be sad, But let's welcome Ibn Abba, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Fumi J. Good morning, Buki FA. And good morning to listeners. It's great to be here. Yes, we are here with a very heavy heart because it doesn't have to get to your doorstep before you feel for those who have lost loved ones. So it's very sad. It's all about leadership vacuum anyway. So it is well. It is well with us.
All right, let's quickly take this break, and then when we come back, we continue the conversation.
I feel that there's some sort of lack of professionalism in this because we're talking about 100 lives.
Government has to also put in place a structure to make it look like what they have in mind.
Join us on our lens on Women Radio 91.7 FM.
How do we stop crime in the society? Because at the end of the day, if a man cannot provide for his wife anymore, he looks for other means. Because we should address Nigerian problems. We should not.
Our lens every Monday to Friday by 9:05 a.m. as women across Nigeria tackles trending issues, one honest, thought-provoking discussion at a time. Because when women speak, the world listens.
Women Radio 91.7, the Ogbonge radio station for women and their families.
See, everybody with him own wahala. Every day comes with its own version of challenges, and you have to be ready to face them, because only then can you move on to the next. That's why I never miss my breakfast. Scratch that! My peak breakfast, with the nutrients and energy I need to face each day, one challenge at a time.
Every day is a good day to power on with a peak breakfast. Have you had your peak? Reach for your peak.
With 20 essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, one Supermalt multivitamin after breakfast every day keeps you going.
Neighbor, I beg you get change. I won't give customer.
I no get to. Get First Money Merchant POS. Let customers pay with cards and never miss a sale. Don't let no change cost you sales. With First Money Merchant POS, enjoy fast payments, instant settlement, and secure transactions. Visit any First Bank branch or sign up on www.firstbanknigeria.com/get your POS to get yours today. First Bank, you first.
Smart mama.
Yes.
What are you making?
I'm making breakfast plus Peak 456 growing up milk.
Breakfast plus Peak 456 growing up milk.
It is fortified with DHA to support brain development. Cereal, pap, just name it. Also has calcium, vitamin D, and high quality protein to make your kids grow strong.
I love it. I will start nourishing my children with Peak 456 growing up milk, fortified with DHA to support brain development.
Grow up strong and smart with Peak 456 growing up milk every day.
I am malaria, the king of malaria parasites. My mission is simple, to take over your body, to cause fever, chills, headache. But one thing stands in my way. Come on.
Effective relief from malaria. Comal on malaria. gone. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult doctor.
One night of change. One night of restoration. One night of divine encounter. It is the night of bliss with the man of God, Pastor Chris. Happening live on the 21st of November, 2025. Venue, Police College, Ikeja Oba Akinjobi Way. Ikeja GRA, Lagos State. A night of the supernatural. A night of the spirit. A night of promotion. You don't want to miss it. Come with your friends and loved ones. Pastor Chris will be praying for Nigeria and for your family. See you there.
Pastor Chris live in Lagos, do you know? I know. Night of bliss is a go. It's a go. Testimonies is a go. It's a go. Miracles, that's a go. It's a night of bliss.
Something big has landed and it's raining Naira. Better play, better chance. 200k is yours if only you try your luck. Better play, better chance. 3 times daily, your dreams can come true.
Oh yes. With just 500 Naira, you could win up to 200,000 Naira every single day. Join the Better Play Lottery and listen for your name live on radio at 10 a.m., 2 p.m. and 6 p.m.
Better Play. Don't miss out. Go get your ticket right now. Buy your tickets at www.betterplay.ng or dial *347*154#. For better chances, buy up to 20 tickets.
Follow at Better Play on Facebook and at Better Play NG on Instagram for updates. It's your turn to win this money.
Better Play, better chance. You can be the next millionaire.
Better Play is open to players 18 years and above. Play responsibly.
Are you a woman who is keen on breaking the bias? Are you looking for a welcoming community with a strong support system that empowers the female gender? Do you need a safe space that is candid, original, and authentic like the queen you are? Then this is the program for you. Tune in to Real Women Real Talk with Kiki Okewale on Women Radio 91.7 FM every Friday by 5 p.m. as Kiki Okewale brings on different leading women who will give you a bite into their growth journey and how they beat all odds to become who they are today. Real Women, Real Talk.
Tune in to Women Radio 91.7 for everything women.
I feel that there's some sort of lack of professionalism in this because we're talking about 100 lives.
Government has to also put in place a structure to make it look like what they have in mind.
Join us on our lens on Women Radio 91.7 FM.
How do we stop crime in the society? Because at the end of the day, if a man cannot provide for his wife anymore, he looks for other means. Because
we should address Nigerian problems.
We should not.
Our lens every Monday to Friday by 9:05 a.m. as women across Nigeria tackles trending issues, one honest, thought-provoking discussion at a time. Because when women speak, the world listens.
All right, welcome back. You're still tuned into Women Radio 91.7 FM, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. The time is 9:26 this morning, Thursday, the 20th of November, 2025. This is Her Lens with myself, Fumi Bangala, and the ladies, Ibinabo Dixon, Susan Ihuoma, and Buki Femi Ajala. Before we went on the break, we were talking about Reverend Ezekiel Dachomo's submission on the genocide in Nigeria, and Buki had spoken. Ibinabo was weighing her thoughts on this. So Ibinabo, you just continue before we move to the next story.
Okay. Thank you very much for me. There's so much to talk about. You see, leadership determines the pace of growth. Leadership determines the strength of institutions and the future generation, the future of the next generation. So when leadership seems helpless, I don't understand the fate of the people.
Mm-hmm.
The governor of Plateau State that we're talking about today, the particular state, Governor Manasseh Muftwang, is a lawyer. So he knows everything about the constitution. It's not just one person who became a governor. And he was even a former chairman of Mangu local government. Mangu local government, we discussed it on this program. In 2023, there was a curfew imposed by this present governor. He used to be a chairman of Mangu local government in those days. A curfew was imposed on Mangu because of the insecurity situation in the local government. There were serious and constant attacks, and then it was mentioned that there were unconfirmed number of persons who died. Now, at a point, irate youths, wanted to protest. They came to the city to protest. So the government had to quickly impose on the local government a curfew, a 24 hours curfew. And so the question now is, what is the government doing to end the activities of terrorist elements? I remember also, you see, it has been such a terrible time for the people in the Northeast, now Northwest, and as always, North Central. Now you wonder why. Because to every action, there will always be an undertone. And taking Mangu local government area as an example. Mangu local government area is a major maize producing area, and insecurity had already disrupted farming activities. Residents have been sacked from their homes. They are now scattered in various IDP camps. I remember again, in between 2016 and 2023, before the new governor came on board, Benue State knew no peace. It was so bad that at a point, I said it on the program that I don't even envy governors, especially the ones in the North Central. Governor Otom was always in the news, crying out, activities of, then it was farmer header clashes. And at a point, he even said that maybe everybody should be carrying heavy stones so that when they come to attack you, stone them. And it was desperate. He didn't know what to do. He couldn't have, advised that they should carry arms, that kind of a thing. That was all he could say, that they should carry stones. How do you pick stones at people who are coming against you with heavy, ammunitions? What do you do? What can your stone do in such a situation? And I can't forget again that a particular retired general, Theophilus Danjuma, came out to say that all of them should bear arms. They should all carry arms to protect themselves. I mean, what state are we headed if we do that? But then again, you begin to ask yourself, what do we do about this insecurity? Because it is beginning to look like the time of President Buhari, where President Buhari said that if he wasn't educated, he would probably have been worse than the headers then. So what is our president saying now? Because Mr. President promised, I think we discussed it on her list sometime this month, that he promised, he vowed to crush terrorists and also to engage with international partners. So now, I also watch a program on a very well-known television station that has gotten awards of great performance for the past few years now. And a particular man was on that program, one Mr. Yahuza Getso. And he is a security, intelligence, and investigation expert. And he said on that program, and I quote him, he said, 99.9% of bandits operating in the Northwest and North Central are Nigerians. And he said that they know who they are, they know where they are, that they are not in any hideout. I was scared because initially the story was, oh, because of the porosity of our borders up north. So the criminals were just infiltrating the border. They are coming into Nigeria to do whatever, and they run back to their countries. Here is somebody from the North Central. He is a security expert, an intelligence and investigation expert, and he said on a national television that these criminal elements, that they know where they are, they know who they are not in any hideout. The question is, what are the leaders doing?
Yes.
Because, like I said earlier, when the irate youths of Mangu came out to protest, the governor was quick to impose a curfew on the local government. It is okay to impose a curfew to sustain the peace of that community. But what has been put in place? And I also remember that there was a particular army formation. Yes, Operation Hakori Damisa 4. So there had been so many operations launched here and there, operation this, operation that. And I saw recently, about 2 days ago, a video of wounded soldiers in an emergency ward of a hospital. And it was mentioned that these soldiers were actually going to rescue the recently abducted 25 female students of that government secondary school in Kebbi State. And they were badly wounded. Some had gunshots in their legs, some on their shoulders, some died, and all of that. So do we even have moles? We should begin to look into that. Because when intelligence that is supposed to be secret is being shared with criminal elements, whereby those ones now could lay ambush for our soldiers and attack them before they got attacked, is a problem. It's a problem that it is a problem that has to be solved by our leaders. And then I ask myself again, for me, what do governors discuss in their governors forum? There is something they aren't telling us, because they always attend governors forum. So what do they discuss? What do they talk about? What do they discuss? These governors in this, hot beds and all of that of these activities, what do they discuss? Do you think that because you are down south, says who? Have we talked about what happened in Akure and what happened in some states in the south? Have we forgotten what happened in the east when the women came out to protest? So you see, if you feel that, okay, I'm so far away from the spots, the hot spots where these things are happening, Antorawa big, in fact, humongous time, Antorawa. We have to come together. My question is to the governors, because the other time, Mr. President said that the governors should secure their people, because every time there's a budget for security, there's a security budget in every budget every year. So how do we expend these security budgets? Because insecurity will impede our progress. Insecurity is a major impediment. We cannot afford to play around it. It impacts the economy, it impacts individual lives and private businesses negatively. People are being sacked from their homes. We are afraid for our lives. You don't want to travel to some places. I was supposed to go for a program somewhere, and because the program, they couldn't afford a flight, I had to quietly decline, because there's no point traveling by road and having my heart in my throat. Let me not go and chew my heart out of fear. So you see, there are so many things that security is doing to us. This this inflation affecting the cost of food items in the market. This insecurity is guilty. Is guilty, because farmers have been sacked. And then you see, we don't love ourselves anymore. we are not really our brother's keepers anymore. Because when you deny the fact that there is genocide and Christian genocide, because you are not a Christian, you're not your brother's keepers. Nobody will come here and say that, okay, they have never killed a Muslim. That is not true. But like Buki said, we are talking about statistics.
Yeah.
About statistics, and by the statistics, by the data collated. I mean, when a a reverend says that he had attended 70 burials, he's not talking about 70 dead bodies.
No, mass.
One burial at a time, and each burial could consist of maybe 10 bodies to be buried, for example. Now, at least multiply 10 by 70. So let us quit this, coloring this as though it has to do with religious, whatever, or ethnic, whatever. No, we are Nigerians. We should be our brother's keepers. If your fellow brother is doing what is wrong to the other person, do well to speak about it. Do well to speak against it. It doesn't diminish your religion. It is not your religion did not encourage anybody to go and kill. So whoever is using your religion to kill, you have a right to censure the person. You should call out the person. You should say that this is wrong. It doesn't mean one is condemning any religion.
Yeah.
The religions in Nigeria, we have the Islam, we have the Christianity, we have traditional religion. I can't condemn any one of them. And don't condemn my Christianity for me. I won't condemn your Islam for you. I won't condemn you as a traditionalist. I don't condemn people. Nigeria is a secular state where you have a choice of association. So because this is a huge problem. You see, people will come and say, how many Muslim Christians have they killed? They are exaggerating. They are doing this and that. Even one life, one. I can't forget how Deborah, that student, was wasted up north there.
Yeah.
It was done. They said they were going to look into it, and what was the outcome? Nobody gave us any outcome. She died like that, and that was it. There was a time an evangelist was hacked in the city of Abuja. Nothing happened. Nobody said anything. Everybody kept quiet at the end of the day. Leah Sharibu is being held captive because she refused to denounce her religion. And this enough evidence. It doesn't mean one is condemning you. I have friends who are Muslims. I believe they love me because I love them. But I'm not going to say that if I see a Christian doing what is wrong, I will not call you out.
Yeah.
See a Muslim doing what is wrong, call that person out. That shows that your religion does not tolerate nonsense, doesn't tolerate wickedness. But when you come and you keep denying it, living in denial because you feel that it's an attack on your religion, then you are not doing right.
You're not even ready.
I can't sit here and condemn any religion, but I will sit here and condemn the act that somebody is hiding under the religion to perpetrate. Please, we need our leaders because, Nigerians are very resilient. And for that fact, it doesn't mean that we should not begin to haul everything at us because we are resilient. They will cope. They know how to. Please. Every life, every Nigerian's life matters.
Matters.
Whether you are a billionaire, whether you are an indigent, your life matters. Your life matters. Nobody can give life. If people could give life, billionaires will not die. If people could give life, scientists will not die. If people could give life, doctors will not die.
Yeah.
So please, we need to help ourselves. We need to come to terms with the fact on ground, face our reality, and come to a table and sit down and discuss the solution. Yes. Governors, 36 governors of Nigeria plus the Federal Capital Territory, the minister, Nyesom Wike, what are you doing in your gathering? What do you discuss? What do you discuss? This insecurity and these killings. Aren't we ashamed? Whether US is poking their nose or not, even within ourselves, aren't we just tired of this bloodletting? Aren't we sick and tired of waking up to all these very gory stories, all these very heartbreaking stories? Aren't we just sick and tired? I'm very, very sad this morning. I'm very unhappy because I mean, well, even within Lagos here, you can't. When you're going out, you're afraid. When you go out and come back in peace, you are grateful. And seeing wartime, let's come together as Nigerians. Let's go back to our first love, the communal living, the one love that we used to share, the sincerity of purpose that we used to have. Let's come together, please, and call a spade what it is, and stop hiding behind religion or ethnic groups. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, for your contribution, for your response, even because this, in fact, during the newspaper review this morning, it was so heavy because a lot of people were calling in, just sad, frustrated, angry, wondering what exactly it is that the government is doing. I mean, we can sit here, we could have sat here and said, oh, we'll talk about other things, but this is, fire is burning. And yes, there are other things that we could have talked about, but I just felt that it's important that we begin to speak about it. If we stay quiet, if we stay silent, then we're not doing the right thing, right? And it's because you can say, oh, it's because it's not in Lagos. Nobody's praying for it to get to Lagos, but Kwara is how many hours from Lagos? You say, oh, it was in the north before, but it's already moving down south. I mean, this is down west. Kwara is how many hours from Lagos? So the government needs to intervene. I'm not even about them talking. Let me see the workings, like they will say in the streets. Show your workings about this thing. Interestingly, last week I was having a conversation with one of my colleagues who's a Muslim, and I had asked her how she felt about all these things, because again, it's important to want to understand what the other side is saying. And she was like, look, we don't stand for this. This is an extreme situation and we don't stand for it. And it's actually a mar on, their religion, which is Islam as a whole, because this is not what the prophets taught us. They say it's a religion of peace, but we're not seeing peace anywhere. A lot of people have said, oh, Trump should come and intervene. But Buki, I'd like to know your thoughts. Like, when people are feeling this way, is it as a result of the frustration? Because we've seen time and time again, anytime the US goes into a place, the place becomes a shadow of itself. So I understand when Nigerians are speaking this way, because they are frustrated, they are angry. It feels like we're just talking. That's one question. To Trump, like, what are your thoughts about that? Number two is, it's safe to say that we have tone deaf leaders, because just 2 days ago, we saw them fighting. Grown men, fathers, grandfathers, fighting in the middle of this whole thing. Was on Tuesday now? The Kemi girl situation happened. Was it on Monday or Tuesday? I don't remember which day, because everything is just happening back to back. But we saw grown men that should be fighting for their children to come back home. We saw them fighting. I don't even know which question I'm asking, but Buki, yes, please.
You see, it shows the reflection of the so-called, I'm talking about the two people fighting, because they are well-known figure on the social media. I mean, Ibn Abba will always say the street or social media, they have this house, bagada big, that everybody knows. And a lot of people follow them. A lot of people believe that, yes, I mean, let me hear what they are saying. But look at what they have done. Adults, giving themselves blow, in the public, and they're not even anxious about it. I mean, so it shows that those people, and I'm sorry to say, I'm just going to face the brutal fact, they are not people that you want to really, really consider and think and sit down to listen to whatever they are saying.
Yeah.
If they cannot conduct themselves appropriately in public. I mean, someone started it to say, I'm going to come and put you. Whatever had happened, you understand, they should be able to redress it. After all, we talk about our national anthem. I did not see that in them. Then coming back to the angle of what do I think about Trump's statement? For me, I think it's a wake-up call. He has everything in terms of intelligence report. Maybe there are some that he has that we don't even know about, and maybe there are some that he has, and they are looking at, will this affect their own interest? Because mind you, they also have interest in Nigeria. Talking about the 12 panels, the ammunitions, the guns, and all that. Then talking about the trainings they have given us, and then of course the collaboration. I mean, we've come a whole lot. Some we know, some we don't even know. You understand? So if you probably want to look at it to say, you know what, America first. He is very clear on that agenda, that America first. So whatever he's saying, he is protecting his interest. But however, can we also begin to look at it that Nigeria first? So what does that mean for us? Is it not for us to now say, if I'm going to step on toes, let me step on toes? You want to tell me that we don't know the people that are doing all this? I don't know them, but I know that intelligence reports will have fished a whole lot of things out. Was it not 2 years ago when the Emirates said they have a long list of names? Where are those names? What have we done to them? You understand? So for me are we ready to step on toes? You understand? Are we ready to call a spade a spade and not a cultural instrument? So that we can stop this thing on the board, right? A lot of people are coming with all kinds of theories. They are now saying that, okay, another nation is trying to get our resources and all that, because I can't mention, because I don't have authority, because I've not done my research, so I've not done my findings, So in a bid to stop them, that is where Trump is coming in to say, you know what? I mean, we have invested in this thing. You cannot come and be taking their mineral resources away. So we are coming. And also it's also looked at, because he's a Christian as well, that look, if you people are not going to do anything, I'm going to come in to help my people. In our statistics, hey, it is a lot. It's a lot. And this is where I expect even at their president, to show that I am here for Nigerians. Either you are a Muslim or you are a Christian, nobody should die. Nobody should die. So I will move him. And also, I mean, he has the wife that is a Christian. You understand? So I want to defend these people, so that nobody is saying something that, okay, it's because the Muslims are in power, Muslim ticket. That's why And so this is the time for him to show. And like I said, he has said that this is a stone. My own interpretation of that is that I want to put things right. And that is what we want to see. And if he cannot, understand? I mean, in terms of economy and all that, I mean, I can tick that, yes, things are happening. We might not be able to see everything, but I know that things are happening. There is progress. We might not see all, but by the time the thing begins to bloom. But on this issue of killing people, no, try. We want to see more. We don't want anybody to be killed. We don't want to hear anybody being kidnapped or Boko Haram or whatever it is. The people in the ID camps should be taken care of properly. Then that is when we are talking about, yes, you have interest in Nigerians' welfare.
Thank you so much. Ibn Abba, before we go, do you have a final word to give Nigerians, maybe a word of encouragement or so?
Okay, what I just want to say is simple. Our leaders should understand that insecurity will always inhibit progress. The government match words with action, thereby turning headwinds to tailwinds. Stay too long behind this mountain, like I will always say. And as far as I'm concerned, you see those social media street occupants. Àtàwọn leaders wọn tó ń ju ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tó fẹ́ fọ́ra wọn nímú yẹn. I mean, it speaks volume that when there is a lacuna for people who should be talking, any other person can fill in the gap. That is what we are facing. Now, I also say this, because all of us here, we are somebody's sister, somebody's wife, somebody's mother, somebody's aunt, and all of that. And in Aso Rock, we have a mother, we have a first lady. what brought this to my mind was one of us mentioned that Mr. President's wife is a Christian. So even if we have a Muslim vice president and vice president, we still have a first lady who is a Christian. Does she attend a church? If she does, what does the pastor of that church discuss with her? I mean, it's all about yes, ma'am. Is that what they are doing? Or they are telling her that, please tell daddy, tell Oga, see what is going on. So you're not even reading it from the pages of the dailies, but you are hearing it from your pastor. And you see, people have placed self above everybody. If you dig deep into all of security, it is selfish interest. It has gone above and beyond the poor economy. Economy, you know, people will eat now. This all now don't pass, person they go steal pot of soup. It has gone far beyond that.
Yeah.
That one love that keeps us together has been broken. How do we mend it? Our leaders, you see, there is a song. I think some of our songs that we reel out these days are not even helping us. Now, as a child, when I was a little girl, my dad, who knows Yoruba language, had all the Yoruba records in the house, and he would play them. That's how I got to know most of them. There was one that Obe sang. Kaso bo koleda oro ajosowa dakuma masosita. You see, there were songs that even when you are thinking evil, when you go to parties or your neighbor is playing it, or record sales point, or what do I call them, outlets are playing this thing with their megaphone, you can't help but listen. And the lyrics would minister to you. But what do we hear today? Hey, all those things. Nothing to caution you, nothing to speak to your conscience. And also, I want to plead with us as Nigerians. I don't want a Muslim killed. I don't want a Christian killed. I don't want a traditionalist killed. Let us all live in harmony. Because Bogiri Obalanu, Allah Baole Sawabe.
All right.
What are we talking?
All
What
right.
are we talking? Be honest with us. Peace. We want peace. I'm tired of these stories. I'm tired. You know, I wanted to looking like somebody who is mournful. But I said, okay, this is not me. Let me not allow this thing to overwhelm me. I just wanted to come, tie my scarf and look like. But I said,
Morris, all right, we've got to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have got to go. Thank you so much, Bidabo and Buki, for joining us on today's edition of Her Lens this morning. Nigeria will be great. Nigeria will be better. Do stick around with us on Women Radio for even more amazing shows and great music. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right.
I feel that there's some sort of lack of...
Women Radio 91.7, breaking the culture of silence.
To sponsor this program, call the number 0816 480 7613.
You've worked hard, you've shown up, you've built something powerful. Now it's time to rise, to break barriers and build bridges that take you further. Welcome to the 17th Global Eloy Conference, Breaking Barriers, Building Bridges, a gathering of visionary women connecting, collaborating, and creating impact. Gain access to leaders, mentorship, and conversations that elevate how you show up. Then the celebration begins at the 17th Global Eloy Awards, honoring women who lead boldly.